Hare Krishna. Welcome, everybody. Just let a few people know that we're live. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There we go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare.
Ain't no ball like me.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Tom, welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha 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 Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Madhava, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, traditional here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There she is. There she is, Hare Krishna. The most auspicious woman in the universe. I got darshan today of Radha. Hare Krishna, Radha's girlfriend. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord! Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my God. This is so deep, man.
Thanks for using.
I can't take any more of this gold, man. It is so much. So much. It's so much. Wow.
Bluetooth connected. Thanks for using.
Oh my God. My God. Hare Krishna. Yes, happy birthday, Bhakti Tom. May this be your last birth. That'll be your present. No more births, no more birthdays. Every day, may Krishna be your born inside you. You know, every word that you utter, may Krishna be born and live forever. Because if you have a birthday, you're going to have a death day. All birthdays end in death days. But when Krishna is born, it's all of this life after life. It's life and more life forever, man. No death. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nitya. That's how you do it. Okay, great. All right. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vinda Jaya Jaya Advaita. The nectar moon of Lord Chaitanya. A little bit about Prabodhanandana. Prabodhanandana Saraswati became a follower of Sri Chaitanya and is considered one of the greatest acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Actually, he is one of the greatest eternal associates of the Lord. When the Lord appeared in his original form, Sri Krishna, when the Lord appeared in his original form as Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Anyways, when the Lord, Sri Krishna, Prabodhananda Saraswati was one of the important gopis. This is recorded in Kavi Kanapur's Gora Gadesh Dipik. The gopi Tunga Vidya, the gopi Tunga Vidya, the gopi Tunga Vidya. The gopi Tunga Vidya. Who appeared in Vrajabhumi during Lord Krishna's pastimes. She appeared during the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, she appeared as Prabodhananda Saraswati, Prabodhana Swami, who became famous as Saraswati because of his eloquence, glorification of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabodhana Saraswati is also mentioned in the introduction to Srila Sanatan Goswami's Hari Bhakti Vilas. This book, Hari Bhakti Vilas, was originally compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the disciple of Prabodhananda Saraswati, who is very dear to Lord Krishna. Gopal Bhatta brought great happiness to Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Oops. There we go. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Where are we here? Okay. Oops. Didn't work. What happened to this? Oh, I see. I gotta do it this way. Okay, go down. All right. Krishna. Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati is also described in Narahari Sakara's Bhakti Ratnakara. Prabodhana Saraswati was full of all good qualities and therefore he was known everywhere by the name Saraswati. He was very devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and he always remembered him, even when he slept. He was full of love for the devotees, and he was also austere and renounced. His handsome form was very pleasing to see, and he was also a learned poet and scholar. No one could compare with him in the arts of singing, dancing, and playing musical instruments. Everyone who heard his eloquent speech became filled with happiness. These are the incomparable glories of Prabodhananda Saraswati. After Lord Chaitanya left South India and returned to Jagannath Puri in Orissa, Prabodhananda Saraswati became wrapped in always remembering him within his heart. Prabodhananda left his home in Rangashetra and traveled to Sri Vrindavan, where he stayed in the forest of Kamyavan, and where he was where he was soon met by his nephew Gopal Bhatta Goswami, by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Chapter 1. Let us glorify the boundlessly merciful. Let us glorify the boundlessly merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj. Let us glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj. To taste the intoxicating sweet waves of the nectar of transcendental love for Krishna. To taste the sweet, intoxicating waves of transcendental love for Krishna. To taste the sweet, transcendental waves, intoxicating waves of love for Krishna. Oh. To taste the sweet. I'm doing that right now. What about you guys? To taste the sweet. This is the absolute truth, man. This is what God is all about, man. To taste the sweet, intoxicating, transcendental waves of love for Krishna. This is the highest truth. There ain't any higher truth than that, man. This is the greatest happiness. There ain't any other greater. You show me. Bring it on, man. Show me the greater happiness than this. See why he's called Saraswati? Perfect glorification, man. Fabulous. Let's see here. Yes. As well as give that nectar to others. Oh, no, that's... See? Yeah, that's why you got to be in sadhu sangha, man. And that's what how many incarnations you have to go through before you find such a situation. Because you see, this is the only way this love of God is taught, is by devotee tasting this sweet, intoxicating nectar of this love of Krishna, and gives it to others by those who associate. See, you're getting real darshan, man. Devotee, it's like going to a transcendental pornography, It's like how they do with pornography, you're watching people having these intimacy and you wish, oh, what if I was there? You can't hear, here you can, and there's no fault in it. No viruses on your computer, nothing. You won't get any viruses here from, attending this channel.
The picture is frozen. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We're back. Are we back? Oh, I know. Yeah, back. Okay. All right. As well as to give that nectar to others. So this is the path, man. This is how it's done. When this is available. Isn't that amazing? Now I get to know why Prabhupada gave me this order, why he was so blissful about it. This was a great thing, man. Fantastic thing. This is why love of God is available now. See, because you cannot spread this without tasting this nectar. And when you taste it, and this is called the practice, but you need the Bhakti Lata Bish. See? And then taste it grows and matures, and to the point where it spills over, and then others come. You get the right understanding. See, we can understand. If I wasn't tasting this, there's no way that I could be preaching this or understand this. This is why people, unless you are like the scripture in the body, like acting as that scripture, you cannot relate to this. You can't even understand. You go right over it. That's why people, when people say, God, I didn't see that in the scripture. Yeah, because that has to be in you, literally. That's the Lord. He knows all these things. See, so this is how this is preached. Otherwise, it'll just go right over everybody. The scriptures are there, and people give respect and everything, but they don't understand. They don't understand these. You got to taste these mellows. That's why the intelligence of the real associates, Lord Chaitanya, surpasses all the greatest scholars because of this taste. Isn't that a great way to become a scholar? It's like, Narottam was asked, or he asked, Jiva, great scholar, right? Are you going to teach me the Vedas? He said, well, actually, you're going to taste these scriptures in association with these other Rasic devotees. You're going to taste them. And that's how you're going to become a scholar, is by taste. See, this is the unique thing. See, this is real. It's like you take everything literally that the Lord teaches. It's as it is, literal. Bhakti Vedanta is Vedantis because of the Bhakti. See, because of Bhakti, they can take each word in each sentence and understand it because of the Bhakti, the devotion. Without it, you can't, you just study. You're one of those, you're studying the Vedas trying to capture Krishna, but you're always 2 fingers too short because you don't have that devotion. You can't capture it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So one who is as well as give that nectar to others. He has now appeared in the transcendental abode of Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One who is untouched by any piety, who is completely absorbed in irreligion, or who has never received the merciful glance of the devotees, or has been to any holy place sanctified by them, will still ecstatically dance, loudly sing, and even roll about on the ground when he becomes intoxicated by tasting the nectar of transcendental mellows of pure love of God given by Lord Chaitanya. Let me glorify that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See how it's not dependent on anything. It's not dependent on that's why I keep saying that, whether you studied the Vedas, you've been a Vaishnava, you've been a waitress or a bad housewife or a lousy guitar player, it doesn't matter. If you just associate with the devotees of Lord Chaitanya who have this knack, this ability, this uncommon ability, it's an uncommon ability to relish transcendental mellows, then you can also get the highest happiness, the greatest purification, the greatest intelligence. Man, everybody's gonna want this, man. When you can see that you get the greatest intelligence, the greatest happiness in these things, man. These feelings are perfect, man. There's no downside to them. When you're in separation from something in the world, painful and all this, the devotees, they chant, and when they're crying in separation, it's an ecstatic feeling. See? So once you purify all this bullshit, man, you picked up in all these incarnations, it becomes just everything is like nectar. That's why the devotees are crying in separation. They're not unhappy, and they're laughing in union sometimes. It's just this union and separation oscillating. It's just one big ecstatic party. All it does is make you more happy, more purified, more auspicious. The whole planet, the whole universe is rocking and rolling in purification, because what do you got in the universe? A bunch of emanations of what? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. All it does is that doesn't purify anything. There's no real purification from that. Goodness, passion, and ignorance is all coverings for the spirit soul. The only thing really purifying is tasting Krishna's name. See? Tasting what is transcendental to all the modes of nature, and that's situated in the spiritual world. Yeah, it's like Vamanadev kicked with his foot a hole in the universe. That's when you come to Sadhu Sangha, that's what's happening, man. The devotees kick with their tongue a hole in the universe and penetrate the spiritual world of not only Vaikuntha here Vrindavan here. They were bringing the Vrindavan juice. Just pours forth like the Vraj River came into the world, this way. This is Sadhu Sangha. This is Sadhu Sangha, man. This is this place. A very rare place, man. See? Look at Lalita, she knows. But you can only know by tasting. See? So when this is not here, that's why you see after Lord Chaitanya and Srinivas, the Goswamis, Shamananda and all that, 200 years, where did it go? Oh, Vishwanath Chakravarti, where did it go? It started to become more and more rare. It almost just disappeared. Because it's the devotees who taste these mellows. See, they're the real line. The same thing now. If you don't see these mellows, you don't really see the real line. People are just trying to figure it out. See, we figured it out, man. See, because it's already figured out. You just gotta, you just gotta get this mercy, and just, then you're attuned to this vibration, man. Very rare vibration. Today was the first day in my life that I must laughing when I was chanting. Yeah. See, first day, yeah. See, this stuff, this is bhakti sprouting. This kind of bhakti will sprout because of your coming here regularly and developing some faith in what we're doing. See, so this is the Lord's mercy upon you. Oh, here, this is the reward. See, everything bears fruit in our actions in this world. Well, you just happen to be doing the most fantastic action that you can actually ever do, is to come to Sadhu Sangha and get the result of that, which is this real treasure. That's why those who leave here are very ungrateful. Your friend over there is very ungrateful there. That what's her name? Very ungrateful. She got this bhakti and she left. How? That's ungratefulness, man. Think about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's really ungrateful. She got all this stuff here, then she goes away. Oh, slam bam, that's a prostitute mentality, man. Krishna's going to teach her something on that one. Can you imagine? You come and you get this great thing, and then you think, thank you very much, I'm going to go. No service now to the devotees here. She was doing so good and really inspiring people and everything. This is what my ex-friggin' wife did. Fie on those people, man. They dried up, man. They become prunes and crooked and everything. Krishna throws them away. That's their lesson. How dare you? You get all this mercy and then you just go away. Can you imagine? You don't serve the Vaishnava. There 3 or 4 people did that. It pisses me off just to see that. That means I know the Lord is pissed off. What is this? You get this great boon, man. This Mahavira Das did the same friggin' thing, man. The Lord showed him darshan because he came here, in the river. He didn't even see it until I told the guy. Would have went right over his head. Everything did. And he starts writing these beautiful songs, then goes away. This is called ungratefulness. Oh, you don't think I'm just saying this? Go read chapter 12. That's the book Bhagavat. And the devotees know this. And because of ungratefulness, they're cut off and the Lord throws them away in the sense, because they're useless now. Your only use you get, once you get this association, is to serve the Lord in this way, in the best way, the most unusual way, uncommon way that purifies the whole universe, and you go and piss it away. See, that's misfortune. Can you see how this, it's really it's weird. You go away, you get this gift to do this, and you never had it before, and then you go away, you leave. You don't do any service by inspiring the Vaishnavas. What's her name? I even forgot her name already. If she doesn't like it, too friggin' bad, man. Stay away, man. Just dry up, all of you guys. I'm so sick. This is the greatest gift here. Fantastic gift. And the people start getting it and then they go away. Shh. This is the Lord. He just says you just dry up because of ungratefulness. That's what you can read, chapter 12. It's not like I'm just speaking out of my head. It's all in the script. I tell you what's in the scriptures. And when you look there, you'll see because of ungratefulness and leaving the real opinion and the real devotees and starting their own thing, they're scattered into the wind. Feels like a ringing bell. Your words are like high vibrating ball. Every day you ring the bell. Again, then you go away, the bell stops ringing. Yeah, well, and people, they get it. Some people are like that. They just, Okay, well, anyway, what to do, man? Yeah, forgot her name already. I don't like that. I'm up to here with people doing that get the mercy like that and then go away like that. They did it in the Christian time too. They were, they also felt bad. St. John felt bad. He says, they come and they get the gift and then they just go away. They don't appreciate it. Okay, well, go ahead, back into the Maya. But once the Lord gives you that, you may get some punishment because of that, but then you figure it out. Spoiled children. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's why spare the rod, spoil the child. Man, you ain't gonna spare the rod today. So don't misunderstand. Anytime, if a devotee chastises, or it's always auspicious. Everything is done is auspicious. Otherwise, it's just your Maya, man, your illusion, thinking, oh, he's like, yeah, it's not mundane here. Nothing's mundane. Everything. Matter of fact, that's how Lord Chaitanya brought people out of illusion. He often, if he wanted to give them mercy, he chastised them good, with vigor, man. Don't think, oh, why are you so? Hey, man, he would, because that's the Lord. The devotees would get the same kind of oomph. Then you read these pastimes, you say, wow, the Lord was really like that. Yeah, well, if somebody's being used by Lord Chaitanya, then that's going to be the same kind of moods will come through them also. That's how you learn about. Then you can appreciate Lord Chaitanya. Those who were chastised by Lord Chaitanya became pure devotees. If they didn't get the chastisement and they needed it, usually that's because of some unfortunate thing, and then they would go on their way, and miss the whole boat. So don't misunderstand. I'm chastising gurus. I'll name their names. I don't give a shit, man. I want to help them. You guys can't do it. Their disciples can't do it. And they can't do it. Who the heck's going to do it? Everybody's afraid. Well, commit offense. Yeah. They need some chastisement. They need some direction. Who's going to direct them? They're walking around blind, leading blind followers, and thinking, yes, we're representing Radha and Krishna. Bullshit, you are. You show us the symptoms you're representing Radha Krishna. Doesn't that piss you off there, Karuna? Aren't you fed up with this kind of bullshit, man? Yeah. This guy's misleading everybody, saying they represent Vrindavan. How dare they? Don't represent Vrindavan. Let's see some tears. Let's see some ecstatic laughter like some of our disciples here. Then we'll talk about representing Vrindavan here. What is this, man? Okay, anyway, back to the story. So, not attainable by faithful performers of pious deeds, not understood by those engaged in austerity, meditation, and yoga, not guessed at by those absorbed in detachment, renunciation, and prayers, and unknown even to the devotees full of love for Lord Govinda. The secret of pure devotional service has been revealed by the holy name during Lord Gaur's advent. See, nobody can figure this stuff out. Isn't that interesting? The secret of pure love of God was revealed during Lord Gaur's advent. See, in other words, he was relishing these mellows. And that's the secret of love of God. Otherwise, Krishna's name is auspicious. The scriptures say they're auspicious. But do you relish their auspiciousness? Do you taste the transcendental nectar? Because only really liberated souls do. Okay? And the only real practical way to do that is you have to associate with liberated souls. You have to have a spiritual master. Otherwise, you can't make any real spiritual advancement. Didn't Prabhupada say that? Didn't we read that yesterday? See? And this level of a spiritual master, well, you want one that can get you a bunch of rules and regulations. Well, that's that Brahmin, Pharisee level type thing, sannyas in the Varnashram Dharma. You got to find the awakened devotees. See, then these verses kick into place. You notice that? People coming here, they coming from different backgrounds. Some never studied anything and are tasting some mellows. Everything you read in all the books are manifested here. Isn't that amazing? You see the wives of the Brahmins. See, the Brahmins are their gurus. And so you see people like Shama Sundari here. She had like this Brahmin type guru. They're really into rules and pujas and regulations and everything. See, and then she comes here, you see, and gets the ecstasy, the higher level of real bhakti. See, and then they have to, if they want to advance, they have to eat this food that they're getting here through the teeth of their disciples. See, just like the book says. Yeah, that's in. I read that yesterday, in the Srimad Bhagavatam. You got to when those who offended Shiva, in other words, they don't recognize the real devotees, and they think they're better, like Daksha did, and his followers. The gurus who had their disciples, they got the mercy and had to eat, and the gurus had to eat through the food through the teeth of their disciples. This is the food, man. This is the real food. That's all metaphors for this. You can't understand these metaphors without this mercy, man. You can't. All the metaphors and esoteric truths of the Bhagavatam are revealed to those who have the mercy of the Lord Chaitanya in the line. That's people, they're starting to get revelations here. They'll continue as long as you have firm faith in Guru and Krishna. If not, you go, you lose the path. You lose the path. You lose the faith in Guru, man. Then your understanding of Krishna will be twisted, and all kinds of weird things will happen, and you will not represent the real line. That's what happens when you lose faith in the real Guru. It happened in Lord Chaitanya's time. Vallabhabhata was like that. You read, he's an example right in there. He went off and did his own thing. Never mentioned Lord Chaitanya. Did like this, like people do here. These persons, you're following the path of Vallabhabhata. Good luck to you. This is your only hope. Nobody reveals these things. The Lord shows me, I show you. If you listen, great. If not, Vallabhabhata path for you. I can't even read that literature. My heart is that path. Even Lord Chaitanya called him a prostitute. See, it's the same thing. Prostitute mentality. See? Prostitute mentality. Vallabhabhata, he said, you're just like a prostitute. You take the mercy of these acharyas and then you turn against them. And you leave them. You leave their understanding. Yeah. Who is this? Oh, okay, we got some weird guy from YouTube here. Let's see, how do I get rid of him? Okay, let's see here. Can I do it like this? Oh, here we go. Block user on YouTube. There you go. Got rid of him. Goodbye. Let's see, unblock his comments. Okay. All right. I got rid of that guy. Yeah. I mean, this is, it's like, this is, Um, I messed up. Oh, here we go. You know how it is, dedication to family? That's uh, so people have that. It's all about the family and the world. But the thing is, that's real nuclear and it's in the material world. But spiritually, it's like that also. This is a family, and this is an eternal family here. This is not one that you just, oh, well, thank you very much. And then you go, oh, that is garbage, man. You lost the boat. You missed the boat, man. You have to get on and back on in some lifetime on the real boat. Dedication. See, those you have to become you will become the scriptures by following this path. I ain't qualified to do anything, man. But this path is the path, that you just have to, just the Lord, he takes over your life, really, and then you do the right thing. Okay? You do the right thing. You understand correctly. You teach correctly. By equal faith in Guru and Krishna, the purports of the Vedas are revealed. See? Now, if you lose faith in Guru, and then you say it's just me and Krishna and all this, you misunderstand everything. You're bewildered by the illusory opponent. Krishna, oh, you lose faith in Guru. I'm sorry, man. It's not about you just, you drop the Guru. No, it's everything is in there. Appreciation and the just natural. So you don't lose faith, and that's to do with the Bhakti Guru. Not this. You got to transcend these other gurus. I mean, these other gurus, they're not really bona fide. They're boners, man. It's like you don't like when you see Fauci's game and Bill Gates's game. You just leave them, right? Because they're not purified. The same thing with these gurus. They're not purified. You can leave them. Matter of fact, that's intelligence. And you'll be able to when you get the opportunity, because even the book tells you to leave them. Bali Maharaj left his guru, man. He said, I'm sorry, man, I'm not following you anymore. Look at you. You're envious of Shuddha Bhakti. See? The thing is, you can't, if you do that here, what? Am I envious of Shuddha Bhakti? No, it's my life and soul. Why would you do that? See? No, you leave. See, the association of those who are what do you call it? Aversion. They have aversion. They're against God. See, God's true form, Satchidananda. And then you never leave those who are involved in God's true form of Satchidananda. You're part of now the eternal family. And as soon as you leave, that's why the guru is like the pillar, man. When you build a house, you put these steel rods into the ground, right? That's your support, man. You take the support out, man, the whole house will fall down. I'm telling you, man, Guru Dev is like that. That's why he said, hey, man, it's true. These verses are absolutely true in these scriptures. He is my Lord, birth after birth. My solid pillar. That's when you're ready to be delivered, you get such a guru. And then if you just, you just piss it away, okay, well, you're going to learn a lesson in some lifetime. You got to figure this out. So we're just helping along. If any of those persons left, if they by chance get this and listen, maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll come back. And then, wow, save them a lot of time and pain and suffering and more births. Because guaranteed they're taking more births. Guaranteed. In no way they're being delivered. None of them. And that's good. You get another chance to get it right, huh? I'm sorry, it's just my pet peeve today. I just feel really peeved. Okay, moving along. Whether seen, touched, glorified, remembered, bowed down from afar, or worshipped, Sri Chaitanya gives the nectar of pure love of Krishna to his devotees. See? So most don't have this pure love of Krishna, right? They're in ISKCON, they're in all that. They don't have pure, and their gurus always say, well, of course you don't have pure love of Krishna because, it takes many lifetimes, right? Oh, that's the preaching. And of course, we don't have it either, but we represent Lord Chaitanya. See, all these speculations, man. Well, anyway, we're overturning all that now. We got some good news for you. Just like when Jesus was here, same kind of, this is even better news, man. Because Lord Chaitanya's come, the latest avatar, man. Jesus, and then 2,000 years later, then 1,500, then Lord Chaitanya came. So we got even better news for everybody. Forgot my point. Let me find out what that was. Right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so whether seen, touched, glorified, remembered, or bowed down from afar, or worship, Sri Chaitanya gives the nectar of pure love of Krishna to his devotees. So if you see in 2021 and you look back since Prabhupada, if you haven't seen this pure love of Krishna in anyone, then they're not a real associate of Lord Chaitanya, right? He only gives pure love of Krishna to his real devotees. Is that making any sense to anybody? Is that logical? Is that clear? See, when you really get the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, then you think right. You think like he thinks. Because it's him thinking, man. You've taken shelter of his mind and heart, which is devotion. See? So we've seen a lack of love of Krishna. Why? For the lack of seeing any real associates. We got all the stand-ins, man, all the wannabes, gurus, to appear like associates, and prance around the stage with the big sticks, man, and they they don't show that they got the love of Krishna, that they're a real devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And they have the signs of being a recipient of love of Krishna with the tears pouring out of their eyes when they chant Radha and Krishna's name in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. They have the ecstasy of that, but we don't see that, because we haven't seen real associates of Lord Chaitanya. Because if you are a real devotee of Lord Chaitanya, from like here, people are becoming real devotees of Lord Chaitanya. They're getting love of Krishna. You notice that? And they're devotees of Lord Chaitanya first. So this does work. This is not a false eulogy in that book. You see in living color, man, in 2021, people getting the love of Radha and Krishna here because they're devotees of Lord Chaitanya. They love Lord Chaitanya. They love his pastimes. The only reason River has this love manifesting now is because of her appreciation for Lord Chaitanya's pastimes and teachings of her guru, Lalita Ganga included. See? Because they're devotees of Lord Chaitanya, therefore they get love of Krishna. That's my job, is to convert people into devotees of Lord Chaitanya so that they can get love of Krishna. See? It's an easy job for me. All I get to do is have fun, man. I just get to play with Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. I love this path, man. It's fantastic, man. I just make people like this. You become like that too. You just play with Krishna and you deliver the world. Isn't that a way? That's Vrindavan. That's a Leela. You become part of the Leela avatars here, empowered. Shaktavesh avatar. We make Shaktavesh avatars here. The Lord will empower you to deliver the world just by playing with him. Now, you can't ask for an easier way to do it, huh? Yeah, you just speak truth, man. You just reveal what's already revealed. Make it more clear. Isn't that fun? It's like playing Scrabble. Better. See, the Lord came here. He delivered everybody playing games. Did you know that? Why should we be any different? He just played. What do you call it? He just passed his time playing with his devotees. We do the same thing. That's why I encourage people, come up here, man. Let us play. It's like being in a sandbox and delivering the world. Hey, man, that ain't the truth. Oh, yeah? Well, my Jesus said you must become like a little child to enter the kingdom of God, right? Well, it's true. Ungratefulness is an obnoxious quality of the false egoistic ego. That's right. Krishna is going to teach those little whippersnappers, man. So whip them right back into line. I'm very, very avid Scrabble player. Love the referral. Okay. All right. So whether seen, touch, remember that. Okay. For those who have attained the merciful sidelong glance of Lord Gore, impersonal liberation becomes as palatable as going to hell. The heavenly cities of the demigods become as real as flowers imagined to float in the sky, and the poisonous fangs of the untamable black snakes of the senses become broken. The whole world becomes full of joy, and Brahma, Indra, and all the great demigods become like tiny insects. Let us glorify Lord Gore. For those, when Lord Gaurachandra's devotees who are worshipped even by the demigods drink the wonderful, the bliss of pure love of God that flows from the lotus flower of Lord Gore's feet, they become completely intoxicated. In that condition, they laugh at Lord Brahma and the other demigods. See, that's how it is, man. That's why, I poo-poo everything because everything is insignificant compared to this. This is available now. Everything else, what are you doing with all these other things when this is available? Even people think, oh, let me be a pious Brahmin and all that. What is that? This is the nectar of love of Krishna is available, man. And okay, if you're less intelligent, go do the Brahmin thing. If you're less intelligent, go follow gurus who don't taste this sweet, intoxicating nectar of love of God. Go ahead. Just hang out with people who don't know the real essence of truth. Go ahead. Go out and follow the Eckhart Tolles and Buddhisms and even Christianity. Go follow that, and the connoisseurs will come here. The ones will take the waitresses and all that who can appreciate the nectar here, the nectar of this kind of worship of the Lord. The Lord's devotees, his real associates. They bring the highest nectar. They give the greatest purification, the greatest taste, the greatest spiritual feelings you can ever manifest. Oh, you're not understanding these talks? You're not understanding these feelings? Okay, go to some other lesser path and spend all your time and lifetimes in it. Okay, and this will be for those who it goes ding, ding, ding. This is where to be. Right, Tom? You see, Prabodhananda is wild, man. His glory, I love it, man. He's like we're on the same. I've always loved his glory. It's so wild and raw and truthful. He just cuts right to the chase, man. Yeah. A lot of people have love for Govinda. Karuna sympathizes with them, those who have love for Govinda. But if you don't have this mercy coming through the line like this, tears won't pour out of your eyes when you worship Krishna. Hey, this is fab, man. There's nothing better than this kind of worship. This ecstatic laughter and these intimate revelations and realizations about God, who he is and what he is to the furthest extent of beyond this universe. Go worship Govinda in that way with no tears. You got to get the pouring out the intense ecstasy that you see here. People say, Gauri, that's Maya. You're right. Yoga Maya. Since I was watching, Gudrum says, read this, Tom.
Since I was watching Johannes' class early this morning, I'm so jolly. It feels like the Lord is laughing also in my heart. I feel ecstatic. Thank you, dear Gurudev, and my Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. See, he's a devotee, jolly devotee, man. So, River, what's going on with you? You seem very thoughtful there. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. I have a little bit of pain, so I'm
okay.
kind of staying away from that. But I did want to ask you, actually. I was talking to a devotee today, and she was sympathizing with my pain. And she was saying that, in a way, she was saying that it's not your karma, it's just your body. And I don't feel that. I think it's my karma more so than anything else. She was trying to convince me that you don't need to think of it as your karma. It's just your body, and it's just the way your body is. And she said she'd pray for me as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just your body. I mean, that's an okay way to look at it, because, the karmic thing, I'm being punished, just your body, what it is now, everybody has a different body, from whatever, karma this, probably is karma, but who knows? One time Jesus saw a crippled guy. I think he was crippled. He had some, and so the disciple of Jesus said, oh, is this because of his karma, basically, his sins, his sin? They call it karma is your sins in the biblical idea. Is this because of his sins, previous sins? And Jesus said, no, he's like this to show the glory of God. Yeah. And because he became actually healed and enlightened and all that. And so there was also a leper in Lord Chaitanya's time, and he was enlightened. Yeah. He was self-realized. So, healing will happen, or may happen, or may not in due course. It's just, that's a lot of times like I know in your case, I just realized that he's using some of this to drive up your conditioning, to release it. See, this conditioning, this sympathy, and all that stuff. So it's useful for actually his purpose, which is actually your real purpose, is his purpose, and that's to be more close. He's just using all these things, and until you finally get fed up with the sympathy and all that stuff. Lita Ganga had some remnants. Maybe she still does. I don't know about using some things to drive up the past, and until it just comes, just once it's completely out, man, you're free, then maybe you'll be, healed. I don't know, whatever, especially now, these times they're killing the bodies. Everybody's it's like we're being wiped off the planet with every way imaginable. So who the frick cares, man? Here, this is, at this time, this is the priority, man. We're putting money in our spiritual bank account doing this. I mean, I'm feeling it every day. It's just keep putting it in, keep getting, this is the wealth, this is the treasure. People are preparing this other way. I don't know if there's any way out of this. All this, it's like all the bases are covered to just basically snuff everything out physically. you can't run anywhere. It's everywhere. The whole world is, you see this thing what they're doing now? Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're really like getting really draconian. All the countries are following suit. Even America, they're already doing a propaganda thing to make the non-bees, like lepers, and can drive the masses to. Oh man! So anyway, this is going on. So this is a great time. It's almost like we got Mars Pritchett knew he had a certain amount of time to live, and how should he use it? Well, we're doing that. Hey, take advantage.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Let's see here. All right. So when Lord Gaurachandra's devotees who are worshipped even by the demigods drink the wonderful sweet nectar of the bliss of pure love of God that flows from the lotus flower of Gaurachandra's feet, they become completely intoxicated. In that condition, they laugh at Lord Brahma and the other demigods. I mean, this is really significant. It's just, that's why, all these other devotees, if they don't have this mercy, they got to, they're into the etiquettes and they're, this is kind of a demigod thing, etiquettes to be nice and everything. But this nectar is extraordinary. And it starts a purification process where you release all of this stuffed up stuff from all this trying to be what you're not, and trying to, you basically just suppressing your sins, suppressing, your anger and your hatred. This is what religion is, suppression. It's not a release of that. So you can move on to the higher level. You're still full of that false ego identifications. You can't get it out. This is why this is a very rare preaching, a very rare opportunity to actually taste this nectar, to release all these things, and where there's room for this word, the word of God coming from the, how much progress you're making when you taste like nectar. See, because the shit is out of you. Right, Tara Karuna? Okay. So what benefit did the world attain when Lord Ram, Lord Nrsimha, and many other incarnations of Godhead killed so many Rakshasa Daicha demons? How important is it that Lord Kapila and other incarnations revealed the paths of Sankhya and Yoga? How glorious is it that Lord Brahma and other guna avatars create, maintain, and destroy the material universes? How auspicious is it that Lord Varaha lifted the earth from the Garbhodaka ocean? We do not consider any of these activities very important. The most important thing is that Lord Chaitanya has revealed the great splendor of pure love of Krishna. Let us glorify Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, these other incarnations didn't do that. They taught very difficult paths. Kapila included, his mother had to sit in cold water, and shiver for 20 years, and get really skinny and austerities and everything, do austerity, very difficult. See? But Lord Chaitanya came to reveal pure love of Godhead, and he continues this through his real associates who actually have love of Krishna because they're real devotees, and you can see it, man. They don't need any paper things on the wall to show that they're a Bhakti Shastra teacher. They're a Bhakti Vedanta. Isn't that funny? You could see. Well, that's why here, what is usually about, don't, people think like traditionally, well, Bhaktivedanta he's got a sannyasi robe, right? And orange. This is Vaishnavas think like that. To me, this is Nathendriel thinking. You know, Nathendriel's really dull thinking. No, Bhaktivedanta can have a t-shirt on, a sweatshirt, no tilak, nothing, because they got Vedanta from Bhakti, and you can see they do, unless you're really like a dumb sannyasi or something. Yeah, hey man, you're a dumb sannyasi if you don't see what's going. You're dumb, man. You are dumb. You see, get the point why Prabodhananda was talking like that? I'm just talking like him, man. It's almost like he's speaking through me. You're dull, man. Dumb. You can't see. You call yourself sannyas? You call yourself a representative of Krishna and Radha Vrindavan in the Gaudiya, the illustrious Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya? And you can't see the ecstasy here and its glory? And you can't see the intelligence here and its glory that comes from that ecstatic worship and the truth of that? You're a dumb person, man. You need to know that because you're spreading dumb things in this world. You're less intelligent, they call that. Why not get the real intelligence? Come, we're the real associates of the Lord. We're making them every day here now. Real associates. They're associating with Lord Chaitanya, therefore they have love of Krishna. They're appreciating the teachings that come from the associate of Lord Chaitanya. And they get love of Krishna too, also. That's why we got a family here. You see, a family of devotees, real devotees. You ready to get real? Or you want to play doctor? You want to play Vaishnava? Or do you want to be a Vaishnava? Vaishnava has love for God. More than love for Vishnu. Vaishnava, Vishnu? What is that? We're worshiping love of Krishna. We're Krishna. We're Radha Krishna devotees. We're Lord Chaitanya devotees. Who's Radha and Krishna? Same thing. All right. So, moving along here, let's read some Bhagavatam. Anybody want to say something? How about you, Tom?
Whether you receive shit or shit depends on what you stand under.
Yeah. I like that. You see, that stand under thing is very important. Whose knowledge are you standing under? See, you should have the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. That's the formula for love of Krishna. Okay? Book says it. Lord Chaitanya said that. Or the Chaitanya Charitamrita. By the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. If you're a real devotee Bhagavat, then the result comes is love of Krishna. See? Book Bhagavat, especially Chaitanya Leela, right? It makes devotees of Lord Chaitanya, because when you hear this Leela and these truths from a real associate, they're attractive. They're interesting. Are you in pain, Lalita? Is it kind of feeling yeah. Difficult? Yeah. If one is a Brahmin, somebody who's a Sandeep, is he here or something? Okay, anyway. Hare Krishna. All right. Oh yeah, Bhagavatam. Okay. Bhagavatam here.
Lalita, do you drink enough? Don't forget to drink.
I do all kind of stuff, and I'm going to the doctor in a few hours.
Okay, so let me just look in here. Well, how did I do this before? Oh yeah, I was reading. Is it second canto, the creation? Yeah. Okay. The process of creation. We'll continue on here a little bit. This is okay. This is Canto 2, Chapter 4, and yeah, text number 8. O Lord and Brahman, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful. O Lord Brahman, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful, and they appear inconceivable because even great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for understanding them. See, isn't that it? See, the endeavors of great scholars, they can't understand this. You need more than scholarship. See, this is why you need the mercy of a Vaishnava, a real Vaishnava, who has real attachment to the transcendental activities of the Lord. Otherwise, you can't understand them. See, even great Vedantists and all that. That's why even at Lord Chaitanya's time, even these great scholars and Brahmins and aristocratic, and they were famous. They had to go to simple devotees who understood the activities of the Lord because they had attachment. It's this love for the Lord. See, the Lord is his activities. The Lord is his name. The Lord is his qualities. And they had love for them. Love for Lord Chaitanya, love for Radha and Krishna, love for these activities. They had relationship. So you have to go to those who have relationship like that. Otherwise, you're going to scholars. See, this is your misunderstanding. You're missing the mark in Krishna consciousness. You're going to scholars to learn this. You're going to Buddhists to learn, to get the highest thing. No, the highest thing has already been revealed by this incarnation, Lord Chaitanya. See, proof is people come. This is the witness program. It's always been what Jesus preached had to be preached by the witnesses. See, you have to be a witness. See, so otherwise people don't know what is the greatest thing. Well, where's the witness? Where are you showing? That's what I'm showing. I'm showing my witness here. I'm saying, hey, man, this knowledge is fantastic that comes from this bhakti and from this worship and from this mercy. And this is how expressing it and showing it. This comes, real Bhakti Vedanta comes from real Bhakti. The Vedanta part, the real scholarship, because real scholarship is basically to relish the name of God, to relish his qualities, to relish his pastimes to the point of tears and ecstasy and bliss. See? That's true scholarship. Otherwise, it's the shadow, and people are chasing shadows. People are presenting shadows as truth. See, this is the world of Maya. This is going on everywhere, man. In the world, in religion. People haven't found the real guru, man. The real guru is not the shadow. They're the real representative of the shining truth. See, the real light, not the shadows. People are all worshiping shadows. So, okay, that's good practice. But hey, man, it's all leading to where the real conclusive understanding, see, understanding, standing under the real as it is truth of love of Krishna and its expression in this world. It's a great verse. I love this verse, man. I'll read it again, actually. God, what happened? I beg to know you. I'm backing up or something. Text 6. I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead and his personal energies creates this phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the demigods. See, this is information. Where are we going to get this? We had the Bhagavatam. You have to go to the Bhagavatam, and before that, you had to go to these sages who realized these things. You know, and they got it from in the line. See, they got it in the line. This understanding. That's why you can ask anybody, "Who are you?" You can ask Trump, "Who are you?" Maybe I don't know. It depends on how much he's identified with his body. He might say, "Well, I'm Trump. I'm this body, or I'm this mind." Or most people I notice, they identify with their minds, as the mind. If they speak in those terms, they think they're their mind. See, and so that's the false ID, the mind and the body. See? So the devotees transcend this. See, they're not speculating. They transcend this by attraction to Krishna's mind. See? God's mind. God's mind are these scriptures. See? God's heart is this devotion. See, they're not attracted to the emotions of beings in the Mahamaya. They're attracted to the emotions of devotees and devotion. So, inconceivable even to the demigods, yes. See, I beg to know from you the personality of Godhead by his I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead by his personal energies creates this phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the demigods. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining again and again and winding up the phenomenal world in a sporting spirit of a player. O learned Brahmin, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful, and they appear inconceivable because... Oh, Tom, you got your book out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
can.
You read.
Can you say the verse again, please?
Okay. Verses, text number... start with text number 7.
The canto and the chapter, please.
Oh, chapter 4, canto 2.
4 to 8.
No. 2. Canto 2, chapter 4.
2, 4, 8.
2.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jai Shri Haridas. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Text 8. O learned Brahmana, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful. O learned Brahmana, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful, and they appear inconceivable because even great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for understanding them. And they appear inconceivable because even great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for
See, you need
understanding.
Bhakti Lata Bij. That's the bottom line. You need this bhakti. You need this devotion. That's why Lord Chaitanya came. Then it makes the activities of the Lord understandable. This is the mercy the world needs. This is what ISKCON needs. This is what, unless you have this bhakti, this devotion, you cannot understand these books very well. You're just always on the surface, always on the surface. So real intelligence is you get the intelligence to associate with real associates of the Lord, real devotees who have real devotion, and the symptoms of that to prove it. Okay? The symptoms of having deep intelligence like this. People say, you hear, Gauri, he's Sahaja, he's Sahaja. They just say it, but with no depth of understanding, no depth of ability to evaluate. Is Gauri Sahaja? Or anybody else here, are they Sahaja? No depth to understand. Because if you have real love for Krishna, if you have that loving ecstasy of Bhagavad Gita 10:10, if you have that loving ecstasy when you worship the name Krishna and his pastimes, then the real understanding comes. See? And the real knowledge comes. And you preach that, that's proof that you're not a Sahaja. You're getting the real deal. A Sahaja would be, let me put some chili in my eyes, or let me just pretend that these and mimic these symptoms, and then your head is dull. You have no understanding, no knowledge, no depth of anything. Yeah, I've seen people, they write Raganuga books and no understanding of what is it, no ecstasy either. And then they have the audacity to be averse to what we're doing here. See, that's how weird it gets in Vaishnavism. And people reading, see, this is less intelligent. So anyway, we're here. Whoever is Krishna awakens, they can come here and get real intelligence. Because I get real intelligence from this bhakti. I'm committed to this. I'm dedicated to this. I know finally that this is the real deal. This is the way it comes. The books confirm it. My students confirm it by their experiences and my own experience. I mean, how much more, confirmation can you get? You have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Our experiences in bhakti confirm or deny it. If we're not real devotees, then the guru will show that he has no devotional symptoms. See? And it'll reflect in their knowledge will not be very good. It'll be like still on the material platform. And their sadhus that they make will have no bhakti and no deep intelligence either. See? So that's their guru, sadhu, and shastra. It's not very good. And then when those persons come here, they're so dull, they can't even understand the greatness of what's happening here. That's why you need the mercy. If you get the special mercy, you say, wow, this is really good stuff that's being preached. Wow, I love this ecstasy. I also want this. Well, there you go. You're a candidate for Raganuga Bhakti. Otherwise not. Just a show bottle. So many show bottles in Vaishnava religion. They don't really want this. They claim, oh, we're Raganuga, and they never come where real spontaneous devotion is. You're still less intelligent too. So many of these groups, they all want to be bigger, better, and more. They're still caught up in the mind, in the false ID. See, that's why we get the jewels here. Those who really want Krishna will end up here. Go ahead, read on there.
Text 6 I have to do. I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead, by his personal energies, creates these phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the demigods. I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead, by his personal energies, creates these phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the great demigods.
Yeah, and you see, he's coming to find out how the material universes are working and everything. So, and if you don't beg to hear these things in a kind of submissive and open mood, at least, you'll never understand all that. You have to go to the authority. Where you want to know what Lord Chaitanya's pastimes and reason for coming here is, you got to beg, or you beg. You don't have to beg like that. You just come and say, "Yeah, I want to hear from you, man. I can see you're an authority. You have real bhakti, real devotion to Krishna." And I want to hear the knowledge that you've got ascertained by standing under that bhakti, for being the abode of that bhakti, man, being chosen by the Lord, Radha and Krishna, to be their abode and there represent them. I'd like to know from you. There's no other way to get this. And going to these so-called authorities who are standing in there, but they're not the abode of Radha and Krishna. You can't see the signs of it. I mean, come on, man, let's wake up, world. Where are the signs of Radha and Krishna living in somebody's temple? The temple is in their body. Is Radha and Krishna in your body or not? Oh, yeah. Your dry eyes prove it. No. Your small intelligence proves no. You got to find somebody that's uncommon and extraordinary because Radha and Krishna are living inside them. You can see the symptoms of the extraordinariness, extraordinary deep intelligence, the ability to understand these metaphors in the Bible, to understand what the demons represent, to help the devotees get over those demons. Have the empowerment to do that, to exercise the bullshit in people that they picked up their sins, they picked up their spiritual potency, to remove that, just by their association, so that more room for real bhakti, so that others can also laugh and cry and become part of Lord Chaitanya's family. See, where's that power? Well, that power is here. It's the only place I've seen. Otherwise, everybody's just putting on a big show in Vaishnavism. Big show, big flowers, big ceremonies, big deities. You notice in my book, they have to have these huge deities and a huge temple. It has to be the biggest temple everywhere, right? See? But small bhakti. See? Big temples, small bhakti. To me, big bhakti, big temple. And you don't need to go out and work your butt off building these external things. See, anyway, we're here for those who understand, or, the Krishna shows them, yeah, I want to be like that. I want to be a temple of the Lord. Wouldn't that be nice to be a temple of God's presence in this world? This is what's needed, man. Oh, look with it. We got the temple of Lucifer here now, coming out. Everybody's showing, see, we're temples of Lucifer. We lie, cheat, and deceive. That's what we do. How are you going to counteract that? Well, the Lord, real devotees who represent the transcendental Lord, have to manifest in this world. How else can you counteract all this bullshit going on? Okay. So go ahead.
Can I quote Johan?
Yeah, quote him.
And now all of us beg Acharya Srila Gaura Das Maharaj for the love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha. And yes, so yeah, Krishna is the biggest clown.
Yeah, He is. Ooh, got a lot of comments here. Okay, go ahead, read some more.
Okay. We also, this is text 7. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player.
Go on.
O learned Brahmana, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful, and they appear inconceivable, because even great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for understanding them. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is one. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is one. Whether he alone acts with the modes of material nature or simultaneously expands in many forms or expands consecutively to direct the modes of nature.
Yeah, kind of read that slower, please.
Yeah, I wanted to say, yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is one. Whether he alone acts with the modes of material nature or simultaneously expands in many forms, or expands consecutively to direct the modes of nature.
Okay, read the next verse.
Kindly clear up all these doubtful inquiries. Kindly clear up all these doubtful inquiries, because you are not only vastly learned in the Vedic literatures and self-realized in transcendence, but are also a great devotee of the Lord and are therefore as good as the personality of Godhead.
Yeah, you know, some people on the level of Brahman are in transcendence, but a devotee of the Lord knows more than that. See, this is the thing. That's the kind of the bliss of Brahman. It's all that's to increase one's depth of understanding. Even one has to become a devotee of the Lord, but to do that, you need to meet a Vaishnava that is a devotee already, even in a liberated state, like the Sanatkan Kumara and the four Kumaras. They were in liberated state. They were absorbed in transcendence, and until they smelled the tulsi leaves, which Tulsi is a devotee. Was her way of making devotees. The expression, she smelled the Tulsi. They smelled the Tulsi, and they became attracted to the personality of Godhead by the mercy of a devout Vaishnava. That's why this is the only real practical way. You know, this is, you guys follow all your rules and regulations to the yin yang, man. Take many births because of it. But ultimately, you're going to know the personality of Godhead by those who are actual devotees. Hey, Mom, welcome. Yeah, by those who are actually devotees. You're going to get it that way. You know, and otherwise trying to attain it in some chanting your 1 lakh and you're not even a devotee yet. Better to chant no lakhs and come to the feet of a devotee and listen to them. You know, people don't have their priorities straight. And then you'll want to chant. Come to the devotee first, man. You know, if these persons who are liberated souls who are absorbed in transcendence and they just smelled a tulsi leaf from a real devotee. Here you got to look for the signs of a devotee who has a real devotional relationship with Krishna and Radha and Vrindavan. And then you figured it out, man. Just come stay around them. You know, and you'll get that boon. You'll become attracted to becoming a devotee. You'll get the ability to become a devotee also, and even surpass those people in Brahman realization. And they got to work hard to stay in that. It's a lot of meditations, and it's not easy to stay absorbed in transcendence like this. But devotees, it's very easy because, the more you become a real devotee, the more natural it is. It's just natural to worship the Lord who you love now. Love is manifest. Spontaneous love is manifested in you. So it's very natural to love the Lord. Otherwise, it's very unnatural to love the Lord. You're in Maya, man. There's no room for that love. No room for those words. Very unnatural. That's why you see even Vaishnavas, they're against the Lord still because they have no love for those who love devotees. Love the Lord. They have no love for that. That's it. Proof is here. We've got many Vaishnavas. They pop into our thing and they look at this and they say, hey, we hate this. We hate you. They have no real love for the Lord. The love is Satchidananda. This is our whole Sangha is based on Satchidananda. Real knowledge, the essence of all knowledge and the ecstatic devotion, the Ananda. Our Sangha is made up of that. That's what keeps us glued together. And people who don't like this, and they go by the name Vaishnava. I'm sorry, you don't know what a real Vaishnava is yet. You're just a semblance. You're just a misrepresentation of one right now. You're a wannabe. You're a wannabe guru, have wannabe followers. See? You're still in practice stage. You're still, not understanding the value of and being able to ascertain where are real devotees who have real devotion and real deep knowledge because of that. Well, that's all here. See? The real representatives of the real Vaishnava line are here, and prove it. It's not like just empty talk. No, you have real ecstatic worship and real deep conclusive understanding of all the metaphors and esoteric meanings in the scriptures. That's all here. Oh my God. People see but don't see. Huh? Isn't it amazing, Tom? They see but don't see nothing. And then they go, yes, they see there's a big show out there. Big show. When you're time for the real show, the greatest show on earth is where the Lord is working. See? And the Lord is working here big time in his transcendental potency. He's working everywhere in various potencies. But his transcendental potency, which is rare, is here. Go ahead,
Well,
Tom.
yeah, this is so wonderful what you say. It's like I'm waiting my whole life to hear this, what you just right now said. Yeah, this is about priorities and setting. Well, I'm stunned.
It's stunning, man. See, this is stunning. You got to be in a stunning place, right? Stunning is a very good word. Even people, devotees get stunned here. Yeah.
Well,
Here, read this, Tom.
with listening to you, just listening to you clears up the wrong conceptions that we have of Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, and Radha and Krishna.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, that's that's our work. Clear up the misconceptions because people miss the mark. They spend their whole lives following things that are insignificant. Following insignificant paths. Prabodhana talks about all in his poetry. He says people are following all these useless paths, very insignificant, very slow. Hey, when this is available, hey man, I'm going to preach this as the best path because it is. I'm going to show this is the best path because it is. I'm going to show this is the best way to use your time because it is. People should know that, at least get the opportunity. If they reject it, well, that's up to them. But some people will you've taken, you're finding out it is the best path. Yeah, you show me anything that has so much purification, that has so much ecstasy and transcendental happiness, so much freedom it gives you. Go ahead, Tom. What?
I really, really feel that only to battle on this level we can win this war. I really feel that when we are battling in another level, on another level of mundane justice or mundane health or mundane education, we cannot win this battle. We can only win this battle because of this association on this level.
On this level, yeah. It's like Lord Chaitanya, when he started to experience this, see, he realized the needs of the people are spiritual. Okay, we need other things in the world because we got bodies and, we got to maintain. But still, the priority is spiritual. See, we need to awaken up, because even if the body falls apart, and it will anyway, no matter how nice you keep it. But if you don't awaken spiritually, you're pretty much useless life. Not really much value, because this. But if you come here and you have just one day of spiritual awakening, that's better than maintaining your body perfectly and being in the right job and making money and living a good, say, even a good life, and following rules, regulations even. One moment of awakening, coming and seeing the devotees, how they act, how they live, how they present themselves and express themselves, what they say, what they feel, just seeing that, is worth a whole lifetime of just doing mundane things, basically, and seeing mundane people and mundane teachers and authorities in this world. It's your first transcendental experience, is to see an ecstatic devotee. Now you're seeing reality for the first time. Reality, something real, something eternal. That goes a long way. Yeah. I read a little bit more here. You're muted there.
Yeah, text 11. Sutta Goswami said, Sutta Goswami said, when Sukadeva Goswami was thus requested by the king to describe the creative energy of the personality of Godhead, he then systematically remembered the master of the senses, Sri Krishna, and to reply properly, he spoke thus. This is about wakening up, yes. Sutta Goswami said, when Sukadeva Goswami was thus requested by the king to describe the creative energy of the personality of Godhead, he then systematically remembered the master of the senses, Sri Krishna, and to reply properly, he spoke thus. Wow. Sukadeva Goswami said, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, for the creation of the material world, accepts the three modes of nature. Who, for the creation of the material world, accepts the three modes of nature. He is the complete whole. He is the complete whole, residing within the body of everyone, residing within the body of everyone, and his ways are inconceivable.
Oh, that's a good verse. You know what? I think we're going to end here. I got up a little bit early, so I'm a little bit tired. Yeah. Restream. What is this here? This tab is using your camera microphone. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So I'm a little bit tired here. I think I'll take a little rest here. Maybe somebody else might want to go on or something. Yeah. All right. Hey, man, this was kind of fun, huh?
It was very condensed, very, very powerful, very to the point, very clarifying the what's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. It's, I mean, God, isn't this great fortune to do this every day and have these discussions? My God, you know, and by the way, during the day, if you want, these these on YouTube by the Amala Bhaktidas, um, there's these guys. They have these tapes of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and they're enacted by Amala Bhaktidas, and they're very good. They're Bhagavatam. You listen to those, and you'll feel really tuned in to the things, and you'll get ideas and realizations and everything. So if you're just kind of going around the day with an empty mind, that's a good way to fill it. Just put on those. I think it's Maricopa and a couple of these guys. You'll see they have under their thing. You just do a search, Srimad Bhagavatam, and then you'll see these guys. They have a playlist of like 200 videos or so. That's it. And they have the Chaitanya Charitamrita on there, and they're by Amala Bhaktidas. Don't listen to these other guys. Their voices even. I mean, you can if you want, if you get inspired by it, but just the main thing is to listen. And, I find great value, and it's really wonderful. I remember I used to travel all over the country and just listen to those while I was driving. And I would just drive because it would be an excuse to listen to those things. I just keep driving. Yeah. So now I when I'm doing yoga and stuff, and stretching and walking, and I listen to those things too. I get a lot of
Wow, picture frozen at a particular special moment. Hare Krishna. I just wanted to say to type the word audio. It also helps. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I hope he comes back. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
I
Rama.
think Guru Maharaj was talking about audio. He was
Okay.
talking about audio, yeah. Yeah, Johan says, I have Gitamrita, me too. I have this. Balaram is always listening to this Amala while he's working. He always has it in his working place.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
it's nice.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
I'm
Krishna.
going because Guru Maharaj is going. So bye-bye, everybody.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I'm just watching if he stops this live or he comes back. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I got to end the stream here because it went off. Yeah, you guys can talk if you want behind the scenes.